And we are live. I will play.
You're listening to Ramble, Record, Repeat.
Everybody should enjoy that. That could be our last time of hearing that particular intro of the R3 podcast.
We might be changing it up. I've kind of been inspired a little bit by if you haven't listened to them, they've been on our podcast a couple times, and we've been on theirs, is the Weekend Rental Boys, and their new intro is fire.
Love
it is so good.
Sexy sax.
I know. You just gotta we're gonna just blatantly steal it.
Yeah.
We'll just take their intro every time, and then we'll just dub over Ryan. So it'll be like, was it not South Park, Simpsons, when they go, "Please welcome Mr. Black."
The Atlanta Falcons.
Ramble, record, repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just blur him out.
I think that's perfect. Yeah.
The snow is coming down, Chris.
Not here yet, I don't think, at least. I can't see out the blinds, but when I looked out earlier, we hadn't got it yet. But I think Snowmageddon is coming. But I looked at the weather map, and it's like kind of just below us, so we might not get as much
as us. So yeah. I've shoveled 2.5 times, and I'm just going to pull the camera up so you can see it. That's my front already.
Oh, geez, yeah. You got a decent amount.
Yeah, and I've shot. So like I said, we probably got about like 5 to 6 inches already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just got that done. But I just, because we had the issue with the leaks, I'm like, I'm not. But also, it's like kind of still hot, so it's just slushy. So I'd rather do like 4 or 5 shovels, than one big one and like kill my back.
Yeah, it's no fun. No,
because
we had some wet snow. We had wet snow last weekend, or was it earlier this week? Maybe it was Monday. I can't remember. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't nice, light, fluffy stuff. So it was pretty heavy to shovel.
When you get to the end of it, you're like,
and the back doesn't help your back.
No, back, arms, shoulders, everything just hurt. The only thing that helps is because you're out in the cold, but it's like 1 degree out right now, so it's not even like cold.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I'm home and I don't have to drive in it for work.
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna miss that, right? This is first day off.
Yeah,
like
first.
Yeah. So
first
you'll miss it all. You'll be good.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Like, meh.
I
don't care. Yeah. I've been bad. I haven't been entering stuff on Letterboxd as much as I should.
Yeah,
but I have been watching things.
I pretty much instantly, when I'm done a movie, I grab my phone and I go and put it in. I like tracking it.
But I also got to put down that I've watched it now. I didn't realize, like, I thought because I rated it, it said that I've watched it. It doesn't give you the option for shows yet that I've seen, which I don't like.
Sometimes it'll do like if they're like special, like a 4-part episode show, sometimes those will be on there.
Yeah,
but not like regular sitcoms and stuff like that. Like I don't think like
I want to rate every episode of The Simpsons.
That would be kind of cool. That would take forever, but that would be cool.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I can't watch a show that much. Like,
you get sick of it? Yeah,
I would get sick of Simpsons. Like, I couldn't even go back and watch Family Guy. Like,
if I'm in the right frame of mind, I can. Like Paula, like a month ago or so, maybe she threw an episode on. There was like nothing on TV, and she threw an episode on like from one of the more current seasons, and we ended up sitting down and watching like 4 or 5 episodes. Just there was nothing else on, and it was pretty good.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
I'm tired of that. Remember that time when I did this with this? Like, that's like every episode's a flashback episode.
I don't mind that. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Get out of here. Get out of here, you boob. So have you watched anything?
What did I honestly, it's funny. You had mentioned about the letterbox and I had opened mine, but I guess we didn't record February.
This is February.
Well, it's February in March, but I ended up getting sick.
Sick on your birthday.
On my birthday, yeah, I got sick. So Paula was sick the week before that, and I thought I missed it. And we ended up going to a wedding, and I woke up the next morning sick. And even still, my voice, you can kind of tell maybe I've still got a little bit of
Slightly.
something. Yeah.
Slightly
And like my
sexy.
nose, yeah, it's slightly sexy. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll go really nice with those saxophones we steal from the weekend rental.
Yes. So if I go into my phone, into my list, I guess in February I only watched 4 movies apparently, and I've watched 1 in March. But actually, one movie I watched. Did you hear? I don't think I mentioned this. Did you hear about the Canadian horror movie called Skinamarink?
No, but I know with Skinamarink, it's about
Not the
Sharon
Skinamarink
Lois and
eating.
Bram,
No,
right?
not Sharon Lois and Bram. So it's like low budget, like Blair Witch Project low budget, but
Okay.
even below that. And the director does all these really weird shots where it's like dark and
Okay.
they're shooting like they'll put the camera on the floor in a hallway and kind of shoot it off to the side. So you're getting like the wall where there's like a plug in the wall. And then you can hear stuff happening, or you might see a kid walk by with its feet and stuff. And the whole movie shot like that. I get what they were doing. I was in the right frame of mind when I watched it, so I was a little disturbed watching it. Because if you're not in the right frame of mind, it's just going to be like, what the hell am I watching? You're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the premise of the movie is these kids. There's 2 kids in this house, and they wake up, and like doors and windows in the house are slowly disappearing. Like things are being removed from the house, and there's like a presence in the house. It's very weird. I liked it, but I didn't like it. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's tough. It was on Shudder, and I signed up for a free trial, and it happened to be on there, so I watched it.
It would have been better if it was
Sharon Lois and Bram
stabbing people. I would. Ow! I just hit my shin. Ow! I would give it a shot. Like the hard part is deciding, because like we really only get to watch stuff when Nathan goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So the hard part is deciding: are we going to watch a movie? Or are we going to try and catch up on TV? So, like we watched. I don't know if we talked about it on the last podcast, but we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, you did mention it because you said I should watch it and I would like it, and Derek said it was really good.
It was very good. I also watched Wakanda Forever.
Oh, you did watch it? I haven't seen it. So
very good.
Is it? Yeah.
Very, very, very good. I really liked Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
I liked it more than the first Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
The guy they got to play Namor, really good.
Mm-hmm.
They really did Namor good. Like he's really cool. Like he is a mutant, like he's supposed to be, but he's just a badass.
Okay.
Everything is good in it. I wasn't disappointed at all. The only thing I would have liked, in all honesty, if the one character Ironheart, if her suit was slightly more comic accurate, but for what it is, very good still.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like I was disappointed. I was disappointed in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I had really high hopes for that. This was better than that.
Really? Okay. I liked Multiverse of Madness, so
I liked it, but I had high hopes for it.
Yeah.
But they even ended it. They tied up the end of it really. Like all I'm going to say is they didn't tarnish Chadwick Boseman in this at all. Like how they put what happened, they didn't drag on. They didn't try to CG him in. Like he's dead.
Well, it's on the movie channel, so I want to give it a watch. Like it's free now.
And then in the end of it, it was like a nice little package of bow where it doesn't take anything away from him and what he did as Black Panther, but it doesn't, like, it helps the story move forward. They did a really good job.
And is it adding to this phase of the MCU?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's all in there.
It's all ties in there.
But what ties together and how things change, I don't know.
Okay.
Like that's up in the air. But I really liked it. It was one of those ones that you could put on and watch, and the movie was done, you're like, okay, that was a lot faster than I was getting ready for it, and I thought it was gonna, like some movies you're like, wow, this is really dragging. This one didn't. The pacing was really good. Yeah.
So to jump on a tangent, because that's what we do, you made me think when you mentioned Multiverse of Madness. Is it just me, or is DC just copying Marvel now? Did you watch the Flash trailer?
So if you're going via comic books, Flashpoint happened first, which is the story they're doing.
Is that the storyline they're doing?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So is it the same thing? Is he going to another? Is it a multiverse basically?
So what happens is the Flash goes back in time and saves his mom, but it changes the timeline. Okay. So Superman lands on Earth, but he gets captured by the government and he's enslaved and he doesn't become Superman. In the comic, Atlantis, so Aquaman is in war with the Themyscirans, so like the Amazons, and they flood all of Paris, and it's just a real shit show. Batman dies, like Bruce Wayne dies, but Thomas Wayne lives and Martha Wayne lives. So Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, but he's a Batman who kills because his son's dead, and Martha Wayne goes crazy with grief and she becomes the Joker.
So are they doing that in this?
I don't know, because
well, they have
Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
right?
I know, but they have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as he was Thomas Wayne in the Snyderverse, but they're trying to move away from the Snyderverse.
Was he really?
Yeah,
I didn't watch the Snyderverse. So
the girl who played who was married to Glenn in Walking Dead, she was Martha Wayne.
Really?
So
okay.
So what happened is in this storyline, they used this in the comic as a reboot. A bunch of writers took over, people weren't a fan of it, so then they did Flashpoint, which means Flash did this, and then he had to run back in time, and when he ran back to change things, he realized that someone was screwing with stuff, and that's why the timelines changed, and he fixes it, and he brought it back to what people liked it. So it's just a way the comic books to kind of retcon shit that they didn't like. So I think that's what they're doing, and they're using this movie to retcon the Snyderverse because James Gunn is going in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
With everything. So I'm thinking that's what they're doing. Plus, I'm assuming they're going to be replacing Ezra Miller as the Flash because of all the allegations and shit that he's done.
But it's him in the movie.
I think they filmed so much of it that they couldn't replace him, but from this point forward, because after Aquaman, he's not Aquaman anymore. Jason Momoa, he's Lobo. Oh, James Gunn casted him as Lobo, and he looks more like Lobo than Aquaman. Like if you took a picture of Jason Momoa and Lobo side by side, it's literally like crazy. Like he looks like Lobo. He just needs to bulk up a little bit more, but they could
okay, I see that. Just looking at the comic image,
and Lobo calls himself my man, the main man, and all I hear is Jason Momoa, my man, all the time. So
I remember Lobo from
he's a bounty hunter.
But from the DC animated series, the animated Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. I'm like, I remember him.
I think James Gunn will do a very good job with rebooting DC. Everyone's upset that Henry Cavill is no longer Superman, but realistically, he wants a Superman that can get a couple more movies in him. Where Henry Cavill, I don't know how much longer he's got doing Superman, because look at Dave Bautista as Drax, right? Like this is his last run on Guardians because he's like, I just can't keep the physique up anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's 50 something.
He's got to be at least that, yeah.
And he's like, all Drax is shirtless. He's like, no, they had to pick the shirtless Drax role because in other comics, Drax wears shirts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just start putting like a tuxedo on him or something.
So like I understand, and I don't blame him for that, but like, we'll see what happens. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I think any change is good, and the DC film universe was nowhere near as good as Marvel, but also Marvel's kind of going down a bit too.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They're pumping too much out,
right? Yeah. Well, they even talked about that, didn't they? Didn't they say something recently where they said we're only going to start putting quality out or something like that?
They didn't cancel a lot of things, but they kind of whoa.
Like I'm even hearing that new Ant-Man is not doing very well.
Fans is getting a good review. Yeah. Critics is not, but they're also saying they're also saying it's a lot like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Well, it's 100% like CG, like the whole movie is green screen, right?
Yeah. So I was not talking, but like I know like podcast, and their guy's like, I watched it, I liked it. It's just too CG for my liking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but that's a valid thing. He's like, but the story was good.
Yeah.
What's his Majors? Jonathan Majors as Kang he said he was a great bad guy, and to have him continue that on, it's fine. Like he doesn't have an issue. I'm gonna watch it.
For sure.
I'll probably like it more than Love and Thunder.
I still like Love and Thunder, but yeah.
Actually, you know what? That's something funny. I'm looking at my reviews now. Love and Thunder. I actually liked Multiverse of Madness 0.5% more than Love and Thunder.
Oh, really? And what you rated it, eh? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. We'll see what they do. Like I think they just need to tighten it up a bit. Like they're just pumping way too much out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I actually last night, I think it was, or it might have been the night before. No, it would have been the night before. Paula was going to hockey early, so I'm like, I got time to throw a movie on. I've had this on my watch list for ages. I haven't watched it. It's a Matt Damon movie. And when I'm watching it, I'm like, this feels so familiar. And then I looked it up afterwards and I'm like, oh, that's why. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is like District 9. It was Elysium.
Oh, Elysium. Yeah.
Yeah, which is the same director. So that's
but it's
why
also
I got
the
that
same.
vibe.
The guy who played Killian or whatever it is, like the guy that was the main actor in District 9.
Yeah, the
guy that turns
the
into
Australian
the prawn.
guy.
Yeah, he turns into the prawn. But I heard they're doing it. Yeah, he's the one that gets. He's the one that gets infected.
But he's not in Elysium, is he?
He's the guy who Killian or whatever it is, who goes after Matt Damon, who's all augmented.
Is it really? No, that's the same dude. Let me look. I gotta look up at that now.
Oh my god!
Unless I'm getting confused on who you're talking about.
No, it's the same dude.
But anyways, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. It's just a shut your mind off movie.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were talking about Kruger. That's Charlton Copley. That's not the same guy. He was Wilkes Vandermeer in District 9.
And he's the guy who turns into the prawn.
No, that's
isn't he?
No, I don't think so, is it? Maybe it is. He looks so different if it's him.
What was his name in District 9?
District 9? Charlton Copley is Wilkes.
Yeah.
Or Wickus. Wickus Vandermeer.
He just looks different. He doesn't look like a wiener. That's all.
Oh, yeah. That is the same actor.
Holy shit. Yeah. I told you.
I did not know that. So in District 9, he's like a little wiener dude.
In this one, he's a badass.
In Elysium, he's a badass.
Yeah.
That's why I liked him so much, because he's the same dude.
You can tell by the voice. He's got that high-pitched voice.
And he's got that accent. I love it. So, yeah. But anyways, Elysium, I think that was a great movie. I like the concept of it. And although Jodie Foster, I think, as the bad guy, it didn't quite.
I have a hard time with Matt Damon. Not because I don't like him and I don't think he's good. It's just every time there's something with Matt Damon, I always do Matt Damon. We watched Downsize with him in it.
That's fucking horrible.
I like Downsize.
Yeah, that's horrible.
No, I like Downsize.
So bad.
No, it wasn't.
You've seen the Martian, right?
Yeah, The Martian wasn't bad.
The Martian was amazing.
So wasn't bad. I like Downsize.
Amazing.
No, it was okay.
All right. What else do you watch? What else you got on your list that you didn't do?
Movies, I didn't watch anymore. We got caught up on shows, so we chose shows. So I finished season 2 of Vox Machina. It literally picked up like right where season 1, episode 12 ends. Season 2, episode 1 picks right up. So it's literally, I love when they do that shit where it literally you could just literally play it side by side and it just continued one to the other, and it was so good, really well done. Gory is the first. Standard voice acting, and I look forward to the 3rd season. And they just got greenlit for their other campaign. So Vox Machina is the group from their first campaign. The second campaign is the Mighty Nine, but it's spelled Nein. So the Mighty, like no.
Oh, 9.
Yeah, and that got greenlit as well. So I'm looking forward to watching that. And there's like two voice actors that Travis Wilhelm and Sam, I don't know his last name, but the characters they do in Vox Machina is Grog, which is a barbarian, and a bard halfling called Scanlan. And then in the Mighty Nine, it's Not the Brave and Fjord. It's like FJORD. But their characters have, for being voice actors and how they play the game, the character growth is like ridiculous. And in the show, they're actually showing the character growth. So I'm looking forward to seeing, like, from the one campaign to the other, how like much their characters grow and how much they keep from the campaign and change. And then we watched The Last of Us, and the last episode we just finished was the 7th one, I believe.
So you're right up to date.
So it was the mainly the Ellie episode.
Yeah, that's the DLC content, apparently.
Yeah,
that's what Molly told me. Yeah,
yep.
I enjoyed it. I think it was a little bit of a slower episode, but I still enjoyed it.
Pedro Pascal. I'm gonna say this right now. I have the biggest man crush on Pedro Pascal. Like,
yeah, he's amazing.
Like, right? He can't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And there's those freaking memes all over the internet. I just sent you one today with the Mario Kart one, where it's Nicolas Cage, and then he's like, just that smile.
Yeah, he's killing it. Yeah,
he's so good as Joel. The girl is amazing as Ellie, and I'm like, where have I seen her from? And she was in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah, I know.
She was the badass character who kills the giant in Game of Thrones, and I'm like, that's where I know her, and that's where I like her from.
Yeah, it took me a couple episodes to figure that out too. Yeah,
Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones.
Yes, it goes full
circle. The one thing I will say though, the intro, like that intro. HBO's got to get someone else to do their intro, because if you watch Game of Thrones, very similar music.
Yeah, I can see that.
What was the other HBO show that I watched?
Well, House of the Dragons is similar too.
There was another one, HBO. There's another one that I watched
where you think it's something similar.
It literally, it just felt exactly like it, pretty much like an HBO original series.
So I think there's 2 more episodes.
I think it's
9.
Yeah.
And Molly, like, because I never played the game, Molly says that it's very close to the end of the game. But I've heard people suggest that they might extend it, like season 2 will still be part of the game, but I don't know.
I don't think they will.
No,
I don't think they will. I think they're just going to end it, and then season 2 will be game 2, where people get all butthurt. It's a great game.
I didn't play either of them, but
do you want me to talk about it a little bit?
No, because I want to still be
butthurt
by the show.
People are going to be butthurt. That's all they are. I
think I have a guess on what's going to happen, and I told Molly my guess, but I told her not to react or tell me. So
she's like,
yeah, like, and she hasn't even played them. She watched online playthroughs of them, but she has been playing the games too. So
no, I beat it. It was a very good game. Both games are good. Just the internet and nerds are a fickle bunch, but it's a very good show. Yeah. I haven't started Mandalorian yet.
Neither have we. I think there's only one episode out, isn't there?
Yeah, I might wait for a couple, but I also don't want to have a bunch of spoilers, which
it'll happen.
It'll happen one way or the other. I don't want to be spoiled, but I probably am going to be. So I might just cave and watch it. That's about it for me. Like, we just caught up on that, and then dealing with the whole Netflix bullshit.
Oh, because of the fam?
Yeah, because we share it. So
how do they cut down on that? How do they actually stop it?
The person who's on the main account has to log in where their area is, and if you're not in that area when you log on, it like boots you. But they haven't booted us yet. So
like, you're logged in at your house. What happens if you just give your brother your credentials to sign in?
Yeah, but if he signs in and he's at my parents' house, it's a different area. They use like a GPS. But I haven't seen anything yet, but that's apparently what it is.
I thought I heard that they backtracked on that, and that they're not going to be doing it now.
It would be nice if they did, but we'll see, because we got a posting on ours when we logged in like 3 weeks ago, and nothing since.
Okay.
But
I know Kevin from Retro Fandango, he canceled his Netflix because of that.
Well, yeah, it's a bullshit thing to do. Like, because even like, say for instance, people use it up at their cottage.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't log in, you have to buy another account for your Netflix at your cottage because you can't use the one that's at your home at your cottage. That was their whole thing. And people are like, how does this work? Or I buy it for my parents. So the account's under my name and my address is here. My mom will use it. Right? So it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. So we've just been really like, I've been teaching Ashley how to use Plex.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing to do. Yeah.
Derek has a buttload of kid shows on there. I know Josh does as well, but like Derek has 3 seasons of Sesame Street.
So, does he really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and Nathan's been loving that. A bunch of movies that he likes, like the Trolls movies and shit. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just giving them competition. And maybe it'll open the door for Hulu to come here.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Hulu does live TV as well, which I would not be against.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So that's all we've been doing. Have you watched anything else?
The only other movie we watched, Paul and I watched it the other night. We were like trying to find stuff to watch, and there was a movie. It came out in 2014 called $1 Million Arm, and it's
Is that the Kevin Costner pitching one?
No, but it is a baseball one. You got that right. So it's John Hamm is in it. And what the story is he is a sports agent, and to save his career because like he's going down the drain, and this is based on a true story. He dreams up a game to find the next major league pitcher, next generation of them in India. And he holds a contest in India called the $1 Million Arm to try to get cricket players and convert them to pitchers. So they're trying to find somebody that can throw the ball like in the high 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they hold this contest and they go through like thousands and thousands of people, and they find these 2 kids that can actually throw the ball, and they hold a contest in India. So the winner gets, I think it was $100,000 plus a chance to go to the US and train to get a baseball contract. And then the runner up gets, I think, $10,000. So they get these 2 kids to go over, and they're training them from India to become pitchers. But the funny part is the 2 guys they pick aren't cricket players, and they hate cricket, but they're just decent athletes, I guess, and they have a good arm. So
like a natural athlete.
Yeah. So it's them. It's kind of like a fish out of water. So them coming over to the United States a little bit, trying to see what it's like there, and then it's the relationship with them and the guy's name is JB Bernstein, played by John Hamm, and Bill Paxton's in it, and the woman, the love interest in the movie, is Lake Bell. She's actually she's not too bad to look at. I don't mind her, but I guess she does voices in Spider-Verse. She is she's what's her name? Gwen Stacy. Or not Gwen Stacy.
Dr. Octopus?
Who is she? No. Oh. It said she was in Spider-Verse, but I don't see her there.
She was also in Wakanda Forever.
She does a lot of voice acting, it looks like. She was in Shrek and Dr. Peabody and Sherman. I've heard the name before, but yeah. It's a fun movie, and it's on Disney Plus.
Show. She does the Harley Quinn show.
Okay.
Into the Spider-Verse. Let's see who she was in Into the Spider-Verse. Now you want me to find out who she was. You're making me do this. You're tying my hands. I hate you.
I know.
It doesn't even say who Lake Bell is.
I know.
Wakanda Forever.
It doesn't even in $1 Million.
So she's Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn.
Okay.
And Into the Spider-Verse, she is Lake Bell. She's probably Dr. Octopus, like the female Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, she is. Oh no, that's Catherine Hahn. Vanessa Fitt. Oh, so she's Kingpin's wife. So that brief little talking thing.
Fisk's wife. Fisk.
Yeah. Wilson Fisk.
So yeah,
played by Liev Schreiber. I like his
Liev Schreiber was Fisk. I didn't
Kingpin,
know that.
Yeah, but he's also my favorite version of Sabretooth.
Yes,
he was the best part about the Wolverine's origin movie.
Yeah.
He wasn't big enough to be Sabretooth, but he was a good Sabretooth.
He was a good Sabretooth, yeah.
What are your thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine together?
I like it. I haven't heard anything since like they first announced it.
I don't want to be spoiled.
There's been nothing new, right?
No. I think I think Cable's going to be in it too, so that'll be a sick combo.
Oh yeah, the three of them. Well, it's Deadpool 3, right?
Yeah, it's going to be Domino, Cable, Wolverine, and him.
Who's Domino again?
I think it was Zazie Beetz.
That's not the kid, right?
No, the girl with the diamond in her eye. Yeah, she was the girl who's lucky, and like luck is not a power, but she does have a power. It's probability control. It is a power. Yeah. She has it.
Yeah,
and she is awesome. Yeah, Zazie Beetz, one of the best names.
Zazie Beetz.
Yeah, like the only other name that I think is just as like is better is Ron Perlman. Just sounds like such a badass name, Ron Perlman. We need to get him on the show.
Let's do that. We'll book him. Derek, can you reach out for us? And
Derek, he's not even here. No one's here.
Nobody's here.
They're all shoveling. It's actually nice. It's quiet. But yeah, I might have to give that one a watch. We'll see. I like when voice actors do live action shit. Funny note. Going back to Vox Machina, one of the characters, Pike Lightfoot, is voiced by, I don't know her full name, is Ashley something.
Ashley Judd?
I will find it in a second. The internet's great. Ashley Johnson, professional voice actor. She was actually in Avengers. She was the waiter that Captain America saves in the bank during the first Avengers. She is the voice of Ellie in the Last of Us games.
Oh, really?
They modeled Ellie similar because Ellen Page got butthurt, or what's his name? Elliot Page got butthurt. Because he's like, oh, it looks like me. So then they changed it to look more like the voice actor. But that's
I do remember hearing that. Yeah,
Ellie is voiced by her, and she's also in Vox Machina, which is kind of cool.
Full circle.
I know. Don't even wait. We're going to be talking about Nintendo Direct soon, and there's something that connects right back to Vox Machina as well.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I know, right? We're doing a deep nerd dive. I do want to talk about two more things before we go into our impressions of Nintendo and whatnot. We got the game again.
Impression of Luigi or Mario.
Yeah. Woohoo! It's a me. I will say the Nintendo movie's getting me psyched so much for Mario. Oh, yeah. Did you see the interview on Kelly Clarkson?
No.
So they had Chris Pratt, Keenan, whatever it is, not Peele.
From Key and Peele, yeah.
Key and Peele.
Not Jordan Peele, but Keegan Michael Key.
He's Toad. And then Charlie Day, and then Jack Black. But Jack Black was dressed as Bowser, and he's like, oh, man. But he's like getting into it.
I gotta watch that.
Excited. I haven't seen the trailer was so good. But
and they moved the date up too.
I know. But we got to play a little game with the Not So Special Boys again.
Oh yeah, when we played, I thought you were talking about something else totally
different.
No.
We got to play with them again. We first started with Overwatch and we got destroyed every game
except for the first game.
Yeah, but I think it's because Derek was on PC and it was just putting us with PC players and we could not.
I blame Derek.
And unfortunately, Josh was tired. We had to tire Josh, so he left soon after. And then we switched to Fortnite. And it was your first real time playing Fortnite?
I played like once before, I think, with you and your brother, maybe like a long time ago.
And now there's a no build mode, which is my preferred way to play. And we won 3 games back to back. Boom.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and
I actually got kills. So
yeah. When there's no building and people can't build mansions with one button, it's really fun because then it just feels like a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to be rolling out the third person if you wanted to. So I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. I had a ton of fun. I wanted to play again, but unfortunately I was under the weather when you were able to play. So we weren't able to do that, but we're going to have to do it again soon for sure. It was a blast.
Yeah, and that was just, I'm trying to make you jealous now because then I also played again with Ryan from Weekend Rental.
Oh, did you? You didn't invite me? When'd you play?
I think it was actually Wilson's wedding.
Oh, okay. I was away anyways.
But we played the Evil Dead game.
Oh, how was it?
So, first impressions of the game, really nice.
Where'd you play it? How'd you play?
PS5,
Okay.
PS4.
Okay.
Really fun. Very dark. Like very dark.
And is it like the Friday the 13th where it's like 1v4?
No, you can have multiple players. So
Okay.
we made the mistake, or I made the mistake because I was a party leader, of picking the one where it's like, oh, player versus player. Thinking, let's just get everybody in here, right? You have four players, and then you have four demons, Kandarian demons. And the demons can possess cars, and they drive the cars into you. They can possess trees and hit you. They can possess your other players, or they can make demons that fight you. The problem is the lobby for picking the rounds doesn't do it evenly. So the people that were playing the demons have been playing a lot longer than myself and Ryan, and we got stomped. Yeah. Like, we never won a game. We were always dead. And we're like, man, the game is fun. There's like quick kills. You got really sick weapons. Ash, like there's leader skills that like there's an Ash in every category. There's like leader, hunter, warrior, and support. And then they have some from like Ash versus the Evil Dead, the show, then Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. I kept playing as Arthur. I really liked Arthur. He was really good. And you can level up your characters as you play, but we just kept getting destroyed. And I'm like, I don't know, man. You know what? Let's just try players versus AI, right? So us versus the Kandarian demon, but the demons are AI. And we fucking destroyed it. And we were able to do what we were supposed to do, level up our characters, so that maybe next time we play the player versus player, we'll have a bit more of a chance. I wish we knew that sooner, so we didn't waste those first couple games learning how to play, constantly being killed.
Yeah.
But good game.
And you flip between demons and human?
No, we were only the survivors. We just kept...
You can play as the demons, though?
You can play as the demons, but you can't party up as the demons.
Oh, so you just play against random people if you do that.
So survivors, you party up.
Yeah.
So like if you, me, and Andy and Ryan want to play, it'd be all four of us. But to play the Kandarian demon, you can only put one person in, so they don't coordinate. Because the demons are random in the game, in the shows and stuff. There's no coordination. They are random, so they want to keep the same aspect. It's still you versus four players.
But yeah.
But everybody operates individual, which I kind of like. It's interesting. Yeah. But the survivors are better. Like you get swords, chainsaws. I had a gun that shot railroad spikes, and you can impale them. Like it's really cool. The one-liners from Ash are just dead on, like
all the
Bruce
movies.
Campbell.
Yeah. Well, he must have did the voice for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds like something right up my alley.
Like you can be evil Ash.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. And the first thing he says is, "Let's find out who the goody little two shoes is." And he's like pointing his sword, and like, but he's got the armor and everything, so it's good. I really liked it, and it was the free game on PlayStation. Last month.
Yeah, I don't have PlayStation Plus, so I'd have to buy it. Unless it's on is it Xbox or cross-platform?
It is cross-platform, but I don't know if it was on Game Pass, which it might be. Everything's on Game Pass.
I know Ryan's got Game Pass, so I wouldn't be surprised.
He was playing on PS4.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing is too, there's a tutorial that when you start the game, you have to play the tutorial.
Okay.
It's one of those ones where you can't jump into a lobby without playing the tutorial.
Or maybe I'll see if I get it for free on the Xbox and give it a shot.
It's fun.
If I do.
I really enjoyed it.
You've piqued my interest.
It's good. It's fun. Like the quick kills are really sick.
Did you guys play Fortnite at all, or just that?
Just that. We played for a bit, and then both of us were like, we were both tired too. We're just, he's got nothing but nice things to say about you, my friend.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we were talking you up big time, actually.
I felt it. No,
because we were like, because he was like kind of just going over like, like how like we met and stuff like that, and talking about like that kind of crap, and like how because he met you, right? Like, and how when he like you guys.
Yeah, when we went to Milwaukee to Midwest Gaming Classic,
and he's like,
see him and Nate.
He's like, when you listen to somebody online and stuff like that, and then you meet them in person and you find out that the person they're online is a kind of an act. He's like, Chris is not like that. Like literally Chris on the screen, Chris on the podcast is Chris in person. He's like, that is so nice and so genuine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he got a crush on you. I'm just saying. But it was a really good time. We were talking about like games we play and like, what do you like to do? And I'm like, oh, I like games that make me feel like a badass. Like, and I love the quick kills in this. Like literally you go like this with the sword, you stab him and then you just come around the top and decapitate a demon. And you're like, okay, I feel like a badass. Like,
nice.
So it was good. I had a good time. We're going to have to do it again. And then he wants to do another episode.
Oh, does he? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. With us. So we'll have to
figure that out for sure.
Figure that out. And we can maybe steal their sexy sax music.
Yes. Have to for sure.
Seriously. Everyone that's listening, that's not listening to them, go listen to them and tell us what you think of their sexy sax.
I wonder if I could find it. I don't think so because it's on
Podbean, right?
It's Podbean. I don't know if you can do Podbean.
It was funny. I was talking to him like, why the hell are you on Podbean? You know, like why? He's like, to be honest, I don't even know why it did that. You know.
I remember asking once before because we were on Podbean and then we migrated off, right?
It's Podbean wanted money.
Yeah.
I don't got money.
Music, Podbean. Here, I'm gonna just play it through my microphone. Let me find it.
I'm
following Weekend Rental.
This weekend, Andy can't jump, Ryan hits his prime, and we race some carts in a cheese land. I'm Ryan.
I'm Andy.
And this is Weekend Rental, episode 146.
I love this so much more than mine. I should ask him where the hell he gets that from.
I don't know, but every time I hear it, I groove to it in the car too. I'm just like,
I dance more to that than our.
Oh yeah, for sure. This first time I heard that, I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my god, they got the best intro ever now.
But I even like how they do that. This week we do this, we talk about this, and then
the only problem with that is you would have to create the intro after we do the live if you wanted to do that,
which is fine. Like that's not overly complicated because you can always have the I'm Fraser, I'm Chris, and then
you can have that pre-recorded. That's easy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like that. Our intro's nice, but I think we kind of need to spruce it up a bit. I'm just saying.
I'm
Plus, they stole our random recommendation, so I'm fine with stealing this from them.
Theirs is not the random recommendation. Theirs is the Weekend Rental pick or staff picks.
Yeah. But it's like I was saying because he brought that up, and I'm like, it's the sincerest form of flattery, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got no beef with that. No beef.
No beef.
So, you want to get right into the Nintendo Direct?
So do you want to do let's start with the Nintendo Direct. So you have the list you said. I didn't see the whole thing. I watched most of it. And again, we're stealing from Weekend Rental because they did the same thing.
The thing is, realistically though, this is what I was going to ask to talk about when we were going to record, and we recorded right when theirs came out. So it would have been like, it's kind of like a current thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be flat out and tell you I was meh with the Nintendo Direct. I don't watch the full thing. I kind of watch like YouTubers that do like, Cliff Notes, not Pod Notes, Cliff Notes. There was some things that were really cool. And yet again, unfortunately, the Weekend Rental boys mentioned it on theirs, but the Mickey Mouse game, the Illusion Islands, looks really nice.
I just watched that before we recorded, and it looks like my kind of game. It looks nice and easy and chill.
4-player co-op, couch co-op,
local co-op,
which is still fine.
Yep,
and that's what the Switch is all about. But it reminds me like the animation style of a more modern Cuphead. Hopefully, not as difficult. Like you mentioned when we were talking about it, but it looks that game is peaked. Like it was one of those things I saw that I'm like, I could really give two shits about what was it, the Splatoon DLC. I don't like Splatoon. The fact that it doesn't have a couch co-op multiplayer, like every other
I like it
game.
I played a ton of the first one. I really did. Not so much the second one, and I haven't even tried the third one. but Ellis likes it. So,
but they're doing like, oh, you can go back to the old lobby.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
Give me something good. And I'm not a huge Pikmin fan, so.
Oh, Pikmin, I love it. I think I like it more because Ellis loves it so much and Paula likes it too.
It doesn't look like they've done anything different.
He's pumped for Pikmin.
There's a dog,
and it's Poochie, right?
Yeah, but like,
and there's frozen Pikmin.
Yeah, but like yet again, they were talking about this in theirs, and I didn't want to. But I felt like when he was like when they were both talking about Pikmin, like it's exactly how I felt when I watched him. Like, there's nothing groundbreaking. It's literally just taking the same game and just making it a little. I don't know. It's a cool franchise. It's a really cool idea for a game. It's just it's like releasing the iPhone 3, the iPhone 3S, the iPhone 3E, the iPhone 3ES. Like, it's just the same shit, just slightly different.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to see what else there is. The Samba game looks really interesting.
Samba de Amigo.
Yeah, that I think the Joy-Con will be able to handle that kind of stuff really well.
Yeah.
What game were we playing? What game were we playing at your house? Was myself, Ashley, and that it was Mario Party, wasn't it?
Which one?
Was
the
Mario
band
Party?
Where you had to like do the band,
and all that kind of stuff.
I think it was Mario Party, yeah.
But the controls for that were great. It worked really well.
Yeah, it did. Yep,
it was fun. So I can see it doing a really good job with that. And I'm a sucker for rhythm games. Like, I've always loved rhythm games. DDR, we used to play
Guitar Hero.
Too much Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero, yeah.
Even DJ Hero I played.
Oh, did you? I never tried that one.
Yeah. It was fun. The soundtrack is really good.
Oh yeah.
But you can only play it so much. But yeah, so that one I would think that one would be probably a release buy for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everything else is kind of that one and the Mickey game for sure. I like Metroids, I really do, but I'm not as crazy about Metroids as everyone else is. I actually liked Prime more than the side scrolling, but you just said you like the side scrolling.
I'm the opposite. Yeah. Like Super Metroid, I love. I haven't played Dread to have it, and I just like that side scrollingness. I played Prime like on the GameCube maybe 5 years ago, but I didn't play much of it. I kind of did a test run of it, and I enjoyed it, but I'm not as big on that first person ability of it, I guess. I don't know. I like the gated exploration of the side scrolling 2D stuff.
I think it's a really good franchise, but it's just I kind of like Mega Man for the side scrolling, and I kind of felt that Mega Man was more my like cup of tea than
different style of games, but I get it. Yeah.
They're both robots.
Samus is a human in a suit. Mega Man is a robot.
The robots. I don't care for Advance Wars.
Oh, I like Advance Wars. They're fun. I like them.
I'm just looking through it. There's really nothing else that's like, I got cracked my neck. Ooh. Like nothing else crazy other than the last two, which I saved my opinion, like the
Kirby. You didn't mention Kirby, right?
Yeah, but it's Kirby. Like,
it's still good though. We bought it and Ellis beat it in 4 days.
I know, but it's like like the last Kirby that came out where there was the kind of the open world Kirby, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm still playing it. I just haven't fully beaten it, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this one. This one's fun when you have multiple players. The actual mini games are what's really fun on it.
Yeah, Ellis really liked those too. Yeah, playing the mini games.
And then the Yoshi's Island Mario Kart thing, but whatever. But the last two things. The one thing I was actually more excited for than the game, but I was more so the last two I'll talk about is the expanded library for the Switch Online, which is the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing I was the most excited for.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was great. You know, the first game I played when I got it downloaded, Tetris.
Oh, really?
Just because I wanted that, just that song. I put so much time into that version of Tetris.
Oh, everybody did. Their OG Game Boy, yeah, for sure.
Sure. That game, that was always in my Game Boy. Yeah, that was always in my Game Boy. right? Every game is a pooping game when you have the Switch. Great. I thought that was a really cool idea. I was wondering if they were going to do Game Boy or if they were going to go like GameCube.
Yeah.
But I think Game Boy was a better idea. But realistically, all these online things are just making the minis like worthless.
Well, yes and no.
I've modded mine.
People still want people still like having the physical stuff. But the average gamer will pay that whatever $80, $50, whatever it is for the online. It's not much because you got to pay for the extra, like where you get the N64 to get the Game Boy Advance, right?
No, I think these ones weren't with the N64.
Yeah, no. So regular Game Boy is the basic one. To get the Game Boy Advance, you got to buy the next tier up.
Oh, okay. I'm still fine with that. It was fun.
But it's not that much money.
Yeah. I got them both, so
yeah.
They released GoldenEye. I haven't played that yet.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet either, but yeah, it did finally come out.
And then the Breath of the Wild 2. That looks really good.
Looks really good.
So the thing I'm going to bring back to Vox Machina.
Oh yeah.
The guy who's voicing Ganon, Matthew Mercer,
who is from
the DM of Vox Machina, and he's also McCree in Overwatch.
Oh, it's McCready? Or not McCree.
Or now he's Cassidy.
Cassidy, yeah.
Yeah. I knew.
But is he the one that got in trouble and that's why they rebranded Cassidy?
No, not him. McCree was named after
who he was named after.
And he was one of the main things. I don't want to talk about him. He's a wiener. But yeah, so those were my two. Was like the games look good, but those two were like, okay.
Yeah.
But yet again, I feel like I'm stealing this from Weekend Rental because it's so late, but I had so many issues playing Breath of the Wild sometimes with trying to do some of the stuff that I wanted to do. I just frame rate and shit like that.
I never had any issues.
I did.
At least I don't remember having issues. I enjoyed it for what it was. So.
Oh, I love the game.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that when I came over to your house, which we can talk about afterwards, and I'm like, I'm going to take off all Link's clothes and attack that giant with just a leaf. And I did it, and it worked. Loved it. But I had some like frame rate issues and stuff like that when I tried to do, I guess, too much at the same time.
Okay.
So I'll see how it is, but I'm looking forward to it. Very much so. I would go on a limb and say that Zelda, even though Mario is a bigger character, I think Zelda is becoming a more flagship character in game for Nintendo.
I disagree.
I really think so. I think they put more time and effort into these games than some of the Mario games that come out.
I think it just feels that way because they only release like one every 6 years or whatever it is.
But when they do, it's really good. How many Zelda games have been bad, and how many Mario games have been bad?
None. For both.
There's some Mario games that are pretty bad.
But Mario, he's everywhere. They're making a freaking Mario movie. So
I know. I just think it's just he is the face. Like it's like Mickey Mouse for Disney.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I think
you have a whole trophy case to Zelda.
Exactly, like The Legend of Zelda and Link. Like it's amazing. It's my favorite. But I mean, if you ask somebody,
Zelda OLED.
Oh, I would love to. Well, I tried to pre-order the game, like the special edition, but it sold out too. But if you were to ask 100 people, what character you think of when I say Nintendo, 95% of them are going to say Mario.
No, I'm going to say Donkey Kong. Donkey King, Jumpman.
Donkey King.
That's the one with the Pac-Man duck shoot games, right? But yeah, that's the same, like with Disney and stuff like that. I do understand what you're saying. I just think it's becoming a more flagship game, though. Like I look forward to more releases of Zelda games than I do of Mario games, just because I think the world of it and the how massive it is more than Odyssey was very good, but I'm a huge, I don't know, I like Zelda more.
Yeah.
Mario Kart is awesome. Mario Kart's probably my favorite Mario game.
And they're two different styles of game too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're trying to do the open world thing with Mario, but it's still not.
I like hack
Zelda
and slash.
So
and then rupees and all that shit.
and not hobgoblins, goblins or
Knob goblins.
noblins.
But
But it's funny that we're talking about this, and I didn't realize until we were recording that this is, what did I say, the 6-year anniversary of the Switch. So the Switch was released 6 years ago today.
We came up to your house on Switchmas.
Yeah, it was Switchmas. I got it, and then you guys came up like the week later or whatever it was, right?
No, we came up the day of.
Was it really? So
yes,
I had
sir.
got it, and then you guys were up that day.
You stayed home from work like a bad boy. And
yeah, I remember going over to get it at GameStop.
I waited to pick up Miles from work, and he met me at Royal York Station, and we drove up. And you're like, "Are you gonna get here? Are you gonna get? We're coming, man. We're coming." And then we played a bunch of it.
Yeah,
and then
I had Bomberman R and Zelda,
and then Snipperclips.
Oh, and Snipperclips, yes, yeah.
Because then we drank a little too much, and then shit.
Is that the one where you like power slammed Miles or something? Didn't you pick Miles up and like drop him?
I don't remember. That happens quite a bit. I'm trying to get better with picking Miles up.
Yeah.
But also that was a time where like you guys were playing and then like I kind of molded into the couch and fell asleep.
I didn't tell you, off on a tangent again. I saw Miles.
Where?
When Darby and I went to that Mississauga video game show on the Sunday, so the 19th, Miles was there. We went in and I was coming out. We were going out to the car to put stuff in the car, and I walk out and he's like just outside hanging there. I'm like, Miles, how's it going? So he was there, I guess, looking, just taking a tour. I don't know what he was looking for, but
some greasy trunk deals.
Well, no, I think he was doing like his card thing, right? I think he's doing cards. So,
is he going to be coming to the Toronto show?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but
Miles,
I chatted with him briefly, so it's nice to see him. It's been a while.
Yeah, he's a handsome fella.
Yes,
but we might.
So circle back. We were talking anniversary of the Switch, and you had brought up the question, "What's next for Nintendo?"
I can tell you what I think they're going to do, and I can tell you what I would like them to do.
Okay.
I think they're going to do another portable. It's just going to be a Switch 2. That's like what I think they're going to
go. Super Switch.
4K when docked.
They're going to keep the same model as what it is right now.
If it ain't
and just
broke,
be a newer version.
Because the problem is they can't compete with PlayStation. Even if they release a Switch that's like a PS4, a handheld PS4, shit, yeah. Because people are just playing the Steam Deck, and they're just modding it and playing Switch games on the Steam Deck.
What about games? Are they going to still do physical games? Like, can they put those? They can't keep putting those games on
those
like
little
carts, can they?
I don't think so.
They're not going to have enough room.
No. I think it's going to be either all digital or change back to disc.
I don't know how that would work with a disc and a handheld system.
I don't know either. Well, it worked with the PS Vita.
Sort of. It works, yeah. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it does work. Well, no, Vita's...
Or they might just give you a Vita.
You're thinking of the PSP. The PSP is this. The Vita
or they might just make it digital only.
Or is it dockable and somehow the game is on the dock playing wirelessly? But then I guess it's not. You couldn't take it out of the house if you did that.
Yeah, you have to bring
unless they do some sort of technology where, like you said, it downloads it to it. Like maybe they start releasing the games as physical carts, but you still have to download like 20 gigs of it anyways, or something like that. I don't know.
I think that's the next step. Is going to be Switch 2, or
I think it should be the Super Switch.
It's going to be a portable. I think if they did anything other than portable, it's not going to work. That's their niche, and that's what brings people in. And what most people play is I don't play a portable, mine staying in my dock, but I have multiple docks, so I can I love that. Oh, I want to play upstairs, just lift it up. Literally, I have a third dock, literally sitting right here that I'm going to put in our bedroom upstairs, and it's just that is so convenient. You don't have to unplug anything, and these are cheap. These are so cheap.
Yeah.
Right? So it's more convenient that way. When is it coming out? I think within the next year.
I think at the earliest would be Christmas of 2024.
I think
they haven't even, there's no inkling announcement of a system.
Just because there's no
Nothing.
inkling announcement doesn't mean it's not there.
I don't think anything can come out until at least 2024.
I think they're gonna do another direct, and that's when they're gonna announce the next generation of Switch or next system, and it's gonna be released around this Christmas.
Okay. Well, write that prediction down. I think the earliest it comes out, I'll say
because they're already in 6 years on a system.
I'm gonna say March 2024 is the earliest, but I don't think we see anything until Christmas 2024.
You know what? It does make sense to do March 2024 because then they can release it on Mario Day.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking
March 10th.
Yeah,
release it on Mario Day
with a new Mario game.
Yes, sir. Make big bank.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna release a game to coincide with the movie. Maybe there's an announcement to come for that. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just because they haven't talked about it, but Nintendo's always been that like close to the chest kind of thing, and then you didn't even know about the goddamn Game Boy stuff. I know it's a software versus hardware, but you didn't even know about it, and it's released today, the same day as the direct.
Yeah.
So I think anything is possible, and they need to be that like just random with it to keep people interested and on their toes. Like, I don't know. The next thing you want to go is you hear nothing. Then, oh my God, the new Switch is coming out. They drive up stuff. They make people go crazy, and then it's going to sell it, and you're not going to be able to get it.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's what it is. What I would like for them to do is I would love a stationary version that upreses the games.
But
like
the current games.
Even the ones we have now, yeah.
Yeah.
It just plays them like just a tiny one. Like,
yeah.
Just the dock, you put it in. Like, have a dock. So you have it handheld and you could play the games handheld, or there's a slot in the dock that you could put the game in, and the dock is another system.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like you could use the same Switch
or
upgrade it to the dock, and then
that'd be kind of cool.
Mind that.
That'd be kind of cool.
I wouldn't mind that. Or you have like a memory, because like that's the other thing too, is like I've already filled up my Switch's memory, and I need to get more, but I would love like a crazy big like 2 terabyte.
Well, I mean, you get those little M2 SSD drives now, right? They're like very big at all. So I mean, you can fit them in there. That's not an issue.
But I would do that. I would get a new Switch. I would just love to be still able to play. Like, that's the other thing. If it's a new system, will it be able to play the old games?
Normally, Nintendo's good at doing one console backwards compatible. They've done that with the Wii U, the Wii, the GameCube, right? Well, sorry, not GameCube to N64, but Wii played GameCube, Wii U played Wii. Switch didn't because it was new, but if it's a similar console, they're gonna make it.
Or are they gonna classify the OLED as the new Switch, and then they're gonna do something completely different?
I don't think so. Although, was it on Weekend Rental where they said that there was somewhere I heard where they're like the OLED was going to be the new Switch, but because of COVID, it didn't happen, so they just launched it as a new.
I don't think it was a big enough change to be a brand new Switch.
And I would agree with that. Yeah.
Again, it's like what I say is like, oh, it's the iPhone 3, iPhone 3S, iPhone 3SE, like just. It was just an upgraded Switch. That's all it was.
You know what? Knowing Nintendo, it's going to be something that we haven't even thought of, and it's going to be the Nintendo Polygon, and it's going to be something completely brand new. Like,
no, it's the Mega Cube. It's literally just called Nintendo. That's all it is, and it's one box that can play every game from every generation.
What they would do then, they would make it a triangle, and they would call it the Nintendo Triforce, and it would play every single system ever.
I think that'd be amazing. I don't think they're going to do Triforce. As much as I would love to have a Triforce as my game console, it's just going to be a big N.
A big N?
Yep. Just a big N. Just sitting there. It'll look better than the PS5. I'm going to say that. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, those are pretty ugly. Yeah.
Oh my God. They're so good. And it's really fun to play on. They are just ugly as sin. It's like, you make these look stupid.
Yeah.
But that is my thought and my guesstimate of what I think they're going to do versus what I would like them to do.
Yeah.
but I think Switch's days are numbered.
Well, they have to be. I mean, maybe not numbered, but something new's got to come out.
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah, it's a long
Right?
time for console life.
It is.
Yeah.
Watch, they just team up with Sony and they make an amazing fucking system. The Sony Nintendo Station.
Or Nintendo just goes to make games and stops doing systems. Port everything to Sony and Xbox or something.
I never thought of that. Just do like a Nintendo Game Pass where you can get all the games on
but
one
they
system.
make too much money to do something like that.
Oh, the Switch still didn't it outsell PlayStation 4 and shit like that?
Yeah,
like
it did.
It's just because it's the what's the word I'm looking for? The novelty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And also, like, I still will stay by this. PlayStation is for single player gaming with online play. Microsoft, like Xbox, is for dorks. No, same idea. Single player console with online play. Switch, Nintendo has always been a family console.
Yeah.
You sit down with your family. Let's go play the Switch. My dad got a Switch. Josh, there's too much swearing in this podcast. I'm leaving. My dad got a Switch. He plays Mario Kart with his buddy from his old job. So it's like, and my dad is he in his 60s? I don't know. My dad's old. He's an old man. And he plays Switch, and he gets on his headset. He does a Facebook call or a WhatsApp call. Doesn't do Discord. That's too much for him, but he does that. He talks to his buddy and he plays Mario Kart.
Nice.
Right? And I thought my dad would hate it. And then he goes, hey, he messaged me, hey, you want to play some Mario Kart? Sure. Like, because I used to play Mario Kart with my dad all the time. So we'll see. I think it's always going to be a family system. I think that's what makes them unique, and that's what makes them Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong there. I agree with pretty much all your sentiments there. So
I would not hesitate to start playing as Nathan gets older. Oh, Dad, I want to watch you play a video game. Any Nintendo game around him, but I will not be playing anything on the PlayStation. Like, let's go watch God of War, or like, as much as those games are awesome, I would not even close to being around Nathan with those. But that's just my opinion. I'm sticking to it. What are your thoughts? What do you think they're going to do? Switch 2 or Ultra Switch?
Super Switch. They go Super Switch, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll be. I think they're going to kind of stay the same as what they've got. I feel like they're like, we've hit our stride. People loving this. It's working. I think they do like a fancier version than what the OLED is.
Like a fold out, it opens so the screen's like,
oh geez. So they're going to incorporate the 3DS into the Switch. So
yeah.
You
never know. Or they just bring back Virtual Boy 2.
If they could do that, it'll be the Switch 2 color Game Boy.
The Switch VR would be terrible. I think that would be horrible. But it might be better than the PlayStation 5 VR that has this cable still.
Yeah, I heard bad things about that.
I don't know, but we'll see. Wouldn't it be cool if they teamed up with like Oculus and did like a really cool 3D Oculus Quest Nintendo hybrid?
That would be cool. I'd be.
Can you imagine playing like Breath of the Wild like that?
I'd throw up instantly.
I know, but it'd be the coolest throw up ever. You're like, oh yeah. Labo is not VR. Labo is butt.
Yeah, technically VR with a Labo.
Cardboard VR.
Yeah, it was cool for a little bit, for like 10 minutes.
And then you just fold it all up, and then you put
it's in my closet downstairs. Has been there forever.
Next to his porn collection.
My porn collection, my Nintendo Labo.
Is autographed pictures of
B. Arthur.
Not B. Arthur. I was going to say Ron Perlman.
And
Nicolas Cage. Do you have a random recommendation, or are we just going to end it without one today?
I can do one, but I got to play the intro first.
Do you have it? Do you have it ready?
The Ramble, record, repeat. Random recommendation.
Say that 5 times fast. Come on, I dare you.
No.
Fine, Josh. If you're gonna be nitpicky, yes, it is VR. I just don't like it. I think it's like the redheaded stepchild of VR. There's like everybody got a BlackBerry and an iPhone, and you're rocking an old Nokia. That's what the Nintendo VR is. That's it. What is your
So
recommendation?
I can't remember what I recommended last time. Do you remember what I recommended?
Probably Cobra Kai.
Okay, so if you can't remember, most of the listeners won't remember. So if I'm re-recommending the same thing as last episode, it's not my fault.
I'll be able to know if you tell me and then it sounds familiar.
So it's a new TV show that Paul and I have been watching called Shrinking.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. So it's an Apple TV show. I love this show. It is freaking hilarious. It's called Shrinking, and it's Jason Segel and Harrison Ford are the main two people in it. And Jason Segel is a therapist, and he lost his wife. His wife passed away, and it's him dealing with that grief. But it's been like a year or something like that, and it's him dealing with that grief and how he like portrays that onto his people that he's treating. And then like Harrison Ford is also a shrink. And they work at the same facility. There's another person there, a female best friend of his, and it was a female best friend of his wife too. She's there, and then it's his daughter as well. And it's just him dealing with this grief, helping other people, but like kind of helping them in the wrong way. Like when you're a therapist, you sit there and you listen and you're like a soundboard off of people. And he's doing that, but then he directs them. Like the one guy has anger issues, and he's like, "Tell you what, we're gonna get your anger out, so you don't go to jail." And he takes him to like a boxing ring, and he throws him in the boxing ring, and he's like, "All right, get in that boxing ring and just beat the snot out of that guy. Let's see if we can get rid of this anger out of you." And then it works, right? It's the methods that you wouldn't think you should be doing, and they're actually working to help these people.
All right.
And there's a lot of familiar faces in it. Like the one neighbor is, do you remember Scrubs?
Yes.
Do you remember
It's one of my favorite shows.
the doctor? What's the not Zach Braff, but the doctor? Doctor, what's his name?
Oh, Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox's ex-wife.
Oh, she's also in Drew Carey's show.
Yes, she is in Shrinking. She's the neighbor. And then her husband is Jefferson from Married with Children. He's in it.
Which Jefferson, though? There was
the second Jefferson.
Okay.
The one that was there for longer.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Cox.
They were both Jefferson?
I don't know if the original one was Jefferson or not, but it was the second guy, the one that was there for the longer run of the show. He's in it. And then the woman that was on I think it was news radio, maybe. There was a show, I never watched it. It was either News Radio or it was the one with Spin City, maybe. I can't remember. Anyways, there was a female actress on one of those shows. She's in this. She plays a doc. She's Harrison Ford doctor. And Harrison Ford, there's an episode where he eats pot gummies. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
I think Harrison Ford on pot gummies would be great.
Yeah, so it's called Shrinking. It's on Apple TV, and you should watch it.
I saw a picture actually of Harrison Ford and Jason. Is it Segel or Segal?
Jason Segel, yeah.
Jason Segel was reading his lines, and he was wearing a onesie, like a jumper. And Harrison Ford came over to read it, and Harrison Ford just kept sitting there, like staring at him, like looking at him in his jumper. And he's like, "Are you looking at my jumper, Harrison?" He's like, "Yes, I am." And then the next day, Harrison Ford gets one, so they're both wearing jumpers. But I like Jason. Like we were just watching something. I rewatched How I Met Your Mother, the burger episode where they try to find the best burger in New York, and it was just I really like him.
He has come a long way. I like him pretty much.
Freaks and Geeks, wasn't he?
Yeah, Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, I pretty much like anything he's in.
Oh, forgetting Sarah Marshall.
that's one of our favorites. Yeah.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
So my random recommendation is to get you ready for a new movie coming up. And my random recommendation is you need to go watch Creed 1 and Creed 2.
I haven't seen
Because
either of them.
3 is coming out. And
Yep.
I will say this now. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I like Creed more than the Rocky series.
I want to get higher. That Creed?
Yeah, that one. Can you take me higher
higher. That's the one.
to a place where blind men
I'm 6
see?
feet from the edge and
Yeah.
I'm
No,
broken.
not that Creed. We just lost everybody who was listening. But the Creed, the boxing movie with Michael B. Jordan, he's Adonis Creed. He is Apollo Creed's son, and Rocky's in it. I like the story more with this, even though it's like something similar. Even in the second movie, he goes after Drago's son, or Drago's son goes after him. It's just I don't know. I like it more.
Actually, you piqued my interest with that second movie because I love Rocky 4 is my favorite.
So that is Rocky 4 is my favorite too. Drago's in it, though. Drago's wife's in it, so like they're trying to get back and for Russia and all this crap.
Yeah.
And Drago's son is bigger than Drago was.
Oh wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Then
The
Dolph
guy who
Lundgren's
plays
a
him,
big boy, so
the guy who plays him is. Did you watch Shang-Chi
Shang-Chi.
and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the Marvel movie?
Oh yeah.
You know the guy with the knife for a hand?
I think so. Yeah.
They call him Razor Fist or whatever it is. He had that
Yep.
stupid name. He plays Drago's son. But he
Okay.
gets big. Michael B. Jordan is so good in this as Creed. Like, the girl who plays Valkyrie.
Sorry, I had to throw that up there.
I didn't even
Josh-
see. I don't even see any of his comments.
Josh is praising the love for Creed, and he said Creed the band gets a bad rap. I actually kind of like them. I'm not.
They're not even showing up for me. Any of the new ones. The last one
really?
is it's stupid. I agree.
Oh,
That's
weird.
the last one I saw.
But I agree, Josh. There's a little tiny bit of nostalgia for Creed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you got to do this stuff. Home and now, and you got to have the hand out at the screen, the two hands,
and the
but no.
wind's blowing. Yeah.
The girl who's Michael B. Jordan's Creed's love interest and wife in it is Valkyrie from the Thor movies.
Okay. Yep.
But it's really good. The first one is him like trying to get out of his father's shadow, and the second one is him like kind of dealing with Rocky's thing, and the third one is him dealing with his own stuff. And
That's
Jonathan
the new
Majors
one, yeah.
and Jonathan Majors is the antagonist in that, and that's Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
I just really like Michael B. Jordan. I even liked him as Killmonger. Like
he
in
was
Black
great
Widow.
as Killmonger. I loved him as Killmonger.
Yeah. He's good. If you haven't watched them, I really recommend them. Like, when you watch, there's so many Rockies and you watch them and you're like, 4's my favorite. 4 is the best one.
Yeah.
Creed 1 is good. Creed 2 is good. There's some moments in Creed 2 though, when he's fighting Drago, it's just, there's one part where like he gets hit and he hits the mat and they're doing like the 10 count, and he looks at his wife and his wife's like, get up, and he's like, he starts punching the mat and he's like, and they have to ask him, he's like, if you're coherent, he's like, what's your name? He's like, Creed. He's like, what's your name? He's like, Creed, and he just yells, and you're like, oh, Michael B. Jordan's gonna mess this dude up. It's really good. So I actually just watched both of them. I didn't put that in what I watched, but I did watch them recently to get ready for the new one. So watch them.
I got lots to watch. I'm gonna have to watch them then. Yeah,
they're good. They're really good. They do have like and they have those nostalgic moments where they play the music that that kind of crap. Like
yeah.
But it's good. He's made it his own. He's a really good character. And on the third one, if Jonathan Majors continues how he's doing things, because they said that he was one of the best parts about Ant-Man is him as Kang, I could see this movie being really good.
Yeah, Josh says they're good too. So if Josh says they're good, I'll listen to Josh and watch them, but not you.
Come on. I will say this, might be an unpopular opinion, but I like the Creed movies better than the Rocky movies.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that first Rocky movie is okay. It's okay. I'm not a fan. The second one, and in the third one, I'm trying to remember the third one now.
The movie,
I don't even remember the
the
third one.
movies are just. Hey, you want me to go fight this guy, Ryan? You want me to do that?
Oh, no,
you gotta do
is-
this. And
Because the first one is where he loses to Apollo Creed.
yeah,
The
and
second one is also Apollo Creed where he wins, right?
and
And
then
the third one's Clubber Lang, right?
Clubber Lang, and then there's what was the one with Hulk Hogan? Thunder Lips or Thunder
I think
Thumb?
that's might be the second one. I can't remember. And then the fourth one's Drago. Fifth one is horrible with
Fifth one is white dude.
Pete
wasn't
Pete Shotgun Pete or something like that.
Yeah. We'll call him Boxcar Pete.
Boxcar Pete.
We will call it Pete Wells. Isn't that from Fall Out Boy?
Dance,
guitarist.
dance.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's my recommendation. If you watch them or going to watch them and then you haven't watched them, like if you watch them and because you haven't seen, let me know what you think. I really think they're good. I don't know. I think Michael B. Jordan is another one of those actors that just is very good, and I like to see what he does with this one.
Well, I will have to watch them. Yeah, see, Ryan likes it. Dance, dance.
I didn't see any comments. Oh, there we go. I'm not getting any new comments. This is BS.
That's weird.
I'm gonna put them back up. Oh, there we go. Now that I have to make them go away and then come back. Sup, right? You
Ryan's
came
joining
right at
right
the
at
end.
the tail end of the episode.
Hey, while we have you here, where'd you get your intro from? Because we're gonna steal it. We talked about you guys very heavily in this episode.
Where'd you get that sexy sax from?
Yeah, we talked about you very heavily in this episode. But
We were stroking you a little bit.
stroke it, stroke it. We're just gonna keep sitting here singing songs.
Eat is hard. What?
What is that?
He said eat is hard.
No.
And then he said S.
Eastern Standard Time.
That's
Eastern
not.
Standard Time.
We're Eastern Standard Time. So it's 9:00 for his time, I guess. Oh, yes, that's Andy. Andy got it.
That's fine.
Okay, well, tell Andy we're stealing it because
Yeah,
that's
'Cause
sexy.
we really like it. Watch, it was Andy. He just recorded himself.
Andy played the sax. It was all him.
But we're gonna try to do another episode actually relatively soon, just because this is supposed to be our February. And then
So, are you going to try to just upload this in the next couple days, or even?
I'm going to be doing a thumbnail tomorrow because we actually have nothing tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely nothing tomorrow. So if everything works out, because I know with YouTube we have to.
You gotta wait 24 hours.
Off 24 hours. So if I can put it all up, I will put it all up tomorrow and get that done with, and
Nice.
make a thumbnail and do that. We'll probably still have the same intro for the next episode, but look for a new intro coming up because we're going to steal it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
But thank you for joining me, Chris. It was a very good episode.
It was a very good episode.
I actually want to ask you this quickly: is your mic cover is that like a yin and yang thing, or did you just tear the crap out of it?
No, it just happened to get torn. It does kind of look like the yin and yang, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
Steal the intro, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Well, aren't we like an offshoot brand of the Not So Special conglomerate? We might as well be another offshoot brand of the Weekend Rental.
We're the Not So Special Weekend Rental R3
Ramble
podcast.
Yeah, we are the Not So Special Rental podcast. Ramble, but
you have a good weekend too, Ryan and Josh. Have a good weekend. You're there, and thanks for quickly joining us. And
have a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ryan, just letting you know, I made Chris really jealous that we gamed together, and he got upset. The subsidiary, sorry.
I'm very upset.
Look at his face. Look how angry he is. Play us out, Chris. You don't even have it, do you?
Oh, I have it.
Oh, okay.
It's there. Thank you for listening to Ramble, Record, Repeat. Tune in next episode for I don't know.